Hello everybody. Today we are going to move one step further with the banking and talk about reconciling your bank accounts. Now, to reconcile usually means to fix or repair or make up, and that's sort of what it means in this context as well. So if you were to Google why reconcile your bank account, which I did, you will see that it says reconciling your bank statement involves comparing your transactions and balances with the bank's transactions and balances. So it enables you to see if there are any irregularities, wrong amounts, duplicated entries, just mistakes in general, and less so often now, but more in the older times before apps and real-time transactions. Sometimes you would write a check, and this could still happen, and it doesn't get deposited right away. You know you spent the money, but the other person hasn't deposited it yet, or the other business hasn't, and it doesn't come out of your account yet, so it looks like you have more money than you think you do. But in either case, it's to make sure you agree with the bank and that there isn't a number that you're going by that is incorrect based on the money you have. So the file you have here is the same one I have open, and it basically is comprised of a checking account register right here, all of this information, which is basically what we did the past 2 days. And then underneath that is a sample tiny little imaginary bank statement. And the bank is going to mail you one or PDF you and email one every month. But that's not very often, so you can't wait till the end of the month to look in your wallet and see how much money you have. You want to know that at any time. So that's why you do this. But what if your balance down here isn't the same as what they say your balance is here? In fact, if you look at those two numbers, it's 492653 and 493839. That's pretty close. But sometimes it's a lot further apart than that, and you have to figure out why. Your first inclination is to think, oh, it must be a mistake. The bank is lying. I have more money than that. And usually you're wrong, and you figure out through this process where that money is hiding. We'll talk about this later. This is actually usually included on your bank statements. It's called a reconciliation worksheet. And on the back of my bank statements, whether they come through email or regular mail, you flip it over and they give you this little worksheet to figure it out. And we'll just turn it into Google Sheets because we know how. So if you look at the checking register, this is everything that you knew about this month. And this is everything that the bank knew about this month. So we're going to play a little matching game. We're going to start down here. And there was a withdrawal for $20. Let's find that up here. Withdrawal for $20. I'm going to cross that one out. I'm sort of low lighting them. You can still sort of see them if you needed to. The next one, deposit for $100.12. Can we find that up here? Yes. I forgot to highlight it down there. I need to use the same color gray. That's just not right. Okay. Third one, withdrawal for $534.98. There it is, $534.98. Then there was a deposit for $1,000. Let's find that. There it is, a deposit for $1,000. So we're just playing a matching game. Find everything on the bank statement and see which ones of those you know about already up here. Moving on. $22.35 for a withdrawal. There it is. You bought food at Mexicali. The next one is 12/18, which happens to be my birthday. I wonder if I made this activity one time. Withdrawal for $55.50. Let's find that up top. Yep, you bought something at Staples. Maybe you bought Staples. Who knows? On Christmas Eve, you withdrew $65. Can I find that up here? Now be careful, there's two 65s. Which one is the withdrawal? It's this one down here. You have to make sure you pick the right ones. Withdrawal for $65. And then maybe some holiday shopping here because there's 3 transactions on the same day. $120.65. That's right here. And finally, $750. And that paid my rent on Christmas Eve. And of course, I highlighted there. Okay, so now everything on the bank statement here has been taken care of. There's nothing left. But there's still some oddballs up here. Right? You have these two, which are a couple of withdrawals that didn't get accounted for yet. Here's 2 more withdrawals that didn't get accounted for yet. And then here is 1 deposit that didn't get accounted for yet. So those yellow and blue ones, we know about them because they're in our check register, but for some reason the bank doesn't know about them yet. And that might be because Starbucks, Taco Bell, W&P, whatever that is, in the gas station, maybe their records didn't line up with the bank's records yet, or for whatever reason. And maybe you went to Taco Bell and wrote a check, which is unlikely in the year 2020, but it could have happened. And maybe Taco Bell didn't deposit your check yet. But for whatever reason, you disagree with the bank, and we have to use this worksheet over here to figure it out. So we're going to start off with the checkbook balance. Your checkbook balance is right here. This is your checkbook, 492653. And remember, we're talking about money, so if it's not already formatted money, make sure it is. And then the bank statement balance, that's down here. And always use the ending balance, not the beginning balance, because that's the beginning of the month. That was old news. The ending balance is 493839. Very close. I'm going to make it dollars, currency. And again, that's really close, but close only works in horseshoes, and we need to get it exactly right. So let's figure out why that happened. Let's list all the outstanding deposits that the bank didn't know about. Here are the deposits, this side, and the only one is this one right here. That's the only outstanding deposit. It's just $65. Now what I had down here is in case you had more, and I made a formula here that's already there. I added cells H7 to H11. I summed those together. Now in this particular case, I'm basically adding 0 every time, which you don't need to do. But if you had more than one, it would add them up right here. And then this takes the bank statement balance of 493839, adds the outstanding 65 that the bank doesn't know about yet, and gets us to $5,003.39. Now, are there any outstanding payments? Yes, there are. There are. Withdrawals and payments are the same thing. So we have 543, 703, 5860, and 580. So we'll write those here. 543, $7.03, 5860, and $5.80. And I had extra room in case I needed them, but again, this subtotal adds, see the sum equals sum, cell H16 all the way down to H23. And it's just treating these like zeros right now because nothing was in them. They were there in case I needed them, or maybe I'll need them in another problem and I can use the same worksheet. So final balance, it takes this $5,339, subtracts the payments that the bank didn't know about, which was $76.86, and look at this. I started with 492653, and I got it to match, because this first cell is the math, and the second cell I just brought down H3, which was up here. So you can just put equals H3 and it'll copy that down. So long story short, you want these two cells to match. And if they do, you are correct. You have balanced your bank statement, balanced your checkbook, reconciled your statement, however you want to word it. If these two numbers are different, something went wrong. So most likely tomorrow, you will have a few scenarios where you'll have a situation just like this, and you'll use a worksheet similar to this to try to get them to match. And if they do, you have reconciled your bank statement. Good luck.